Nebraska is recruiting California hard, and a lot of fans are starting to ask the question, is Calibraska back? So in this video, I'm going to answer the question. We're going to go over a couple players Nebraska is going after from the Golden State, along with some Husker coaching connections and everything else in between. So real quick, if you like the content, please hit the like button on this video. It's completely free and it helps me out, along with subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any more Nebraska football content this offseason. That would also be awesome. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about Calibraska and the potential of it returning. So real quick, if you're not familiar with Calibraska, back in the Mike Riley era when he was the coach here in Lincoln, that was the thing he tried to push. Tried to push California recruiting, getting these players over to Nebraska. He'd get 5, 6, 7 of them per class. And it was just a movement. It was a movement. It was a hashtag. It was something that Nebraska fans really cling to. Of course, at the end of his tenure, it failed and never really came back. But it's something that Matt Rhule is trying to push and get back here, especially just when you see his offer list, the guys he's going after. And this really started when Nebraska extended an offer to TJ Latif, a 2025 quarterback who we've talked about a little bit in the past, who's currently projected to commit to Nebraska at some point this summer. But it really opened up a bigger conversation to some other California kids that Nebraska is going after, whether that's 4 stars or 5 stars who are scheduled on a visit. And I can narrow this down to 3 reasons why Calibraska is potentially back for the Cornhuskers and why Matt Rhule is doing this. Starting off with number 1, coaching connections. Our defensive coordinator, Tony White, has been all over the West Coast, whether that was as UCLA as a player, whether that was with San Diego State as a defensive coordinator. He's been all over, not only in California, but other West Coast states, and he really wants to tap into that pool. You saw that he was going after the UCLA head coaching job. He made an entire presentation when he was pitching his ideas to the UCLA athletic department on why he should be the coach of recruiting California at a high level. And of course, he did not get the job at UCLA, but he's going to bring that same mentality to Nebraska on the next couple of years. Not only that, but Glenn Thomas, our new co-offensive coordinator, the second he got hired here, he started extending offers to California kids, not only at the quarterback spot, but other offensive positions. So he's also trying to tap into California, and there's good reasons why. You see this with Matt Rhule. Not only is he trying to get these regional guys, not only Nebraska guys, Texas guys, Missouri players, but he's really trying to get Flowbraska back and Calibraska, really get back into these 2 pipeline states that produce so many 4 stars, so many 5 stars. So that's number 1, is our coaching connections to that state. Number 2 is the new Big Ten. It was a lot harder to try to convince these California players to go all the way over to Nebraska, let's say 10, 20 years ago, because they were never going to return home. There was no conference play over there in California. Their parents would barely see them play. So it was super hard to convince these guys to go over to Nebraska and basically go halfway across the country. Now it's a lot easier to sell that to a recruit, given the fact that, yeah, you're going to play UCLA potentially once every 2 years. You're going to play USC. You're going to play Oregon. You're going to play Washington. So not only does this make the United States look smaller and it makes it easier for players to go over to Nebraska, but it allows the parents to basically say, okay, I don't have to fly out to Nebraska every single week. I'll see the UCLA game when they play at UCLA, or hey, I'll go up and watch the Oregon game when they go over to Eugene, right? So it offers a new pool not only in California, but you can start to recruit Oregon guys, Washington guys, because of the fact that really regionally it's starting to get everything that's getting closer together as a conference. And number 3 is the big one, and this is something I've talked about extensively in the past, is the Polynesian Pipeline. And it's something Nebraska has not been trying to hide. They are trying to get these Polynesian players. Okay, not only do these guys come from Hawaii, not only do they come from Nevada, but it's California a lot of these Polynesian players come from. And they play offensive line, they play defensive line. Those are really where the best offensive linemen come from, is the Polynesian states. And you watch Washington, you watch Oregon, you watch USC, UCLA. They always have these stud Polynesian players. They never go to Bama. They never go to Georgia. The reason why they don't is because they stick in packs and they stick close to home. But now, with what we talked about before, with the new Big Ten and with Donovan Raiola, who has Polynesian ties at that spot of coaching the offensive line. He's really trying to get Polynesian players to Nebraska, and it's working. We're seeing a couple guys already commit, and you look at our future visiting list, there's a lot more Polynesian players, again, not only coming from Hawaii, but from California, who Nebraska is really trying to tap into, and they're trying to build a little bit of a pipeline link in Nebraska, which can only mean good things going forward. I mean, I can't speak about just how talented Polynesian players are, and again, they're only going to Pac-12 schools, but because of the fact that you have Donovan Rhule now, and because of the fact that the Pac-12, a lot of their teams are joining the Big Ten, it gives you more opportunities to basically steal their talents and give yourself a little bit of their population. So that's why I believe Calibraska is back. They're trying to return it. Will it be in the Mike Riley era where you're getting 4, 5, 6 guys a class? Absolutely not, right? But you're going to get some of the best and brightest from California. And I'll tell you this, if you can pull TJ Latif, who, again, is a 4-star quarterback in the class of 2025, that is the beginning of Calibraska. That will be the beginning. You will be right back in that state. You'll build connections with those high school coaches, and then there you are, man. Calibraska will be back. You'll get some more recruits there. That's just the beginning. So really, really excited at that. And again, we should not be a program where we're only limited to a couple states to recruit. We need to feel like we can recruit all over the country, and that's what we're doing with California. Never sell yourself short. Matt Rhule is one of the best recruiters in the business, and he's trying to do it from coast to coast. So I'm excited about this. Let me know what you think down below about Calibraska potentially returning to the Cornhuskers, and I think it will. And not only Calibraska's back, Flowbraska's back. We're trying to get back into Texas, and recruiting guys really starting to pick up. And it's super fun to talk about. When this kind of stuff happens, it's fun to talk about, and it's fun to talk about recruiting all over the country, not only in Nebraska and Missouri and surrounding states. So again, let me know what you think down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's actually my birthday tomorrow, so if you're not subscribed to the channel and you don't want to miss out on any more Nebraska football content, please give me a little bit of a birthday present and hit that subscribe button. But as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.